right in. Welcome to the GMAP
Thank
Broadcast
you.
Network, GMAP1.com. Yours truly, the number one faith based motivational and inspirational broadcast platform in the country. April is, you know what, April, do me a kind favor if you don't mind. Introduce yourself. Tell us who you are. Tell us where you're from. Who is April Crimbley?
Thank you. So, yes, that's April Crimbley, Crimbley. I am the author of two books. One is From Me to Us, Four Steps from Single to Married Life. And then the other one is Single Dose, Finding Peace, Fulfillment, and Contentment Being Single. I've always been a writer since I was a child. I have written poems and plays and songs. On a personal note, I am married. We have five beautiful children. I'm originally from Oklahoma, but I spent over 30 years in the Fort Worth, Dallas, Texas area, now living in Georgia.
Oh my goodness, outstanding! And I gotta say it, and I thank you so much. I thank you so much for accepting the invitation to be here with us on today. If
Yeah,
you
my
don't
pleasure.
know, now you know, ladies and gentlemen. April is one of our featured authors on the GMAP Broadcast Network. You can always, and I mean always, stop by, visit the area titled Featured Authors. You will see April and her fresh publication here on the platform. As a matter of fact, let me show it to our viewers and listeners on our screen. You can
Okay.
always click on that cover and it will take you to the necessary location to find out more intimate information and details about this awesome young lady, the author, and the publication. From Me to Us. You know what? Why don't you tell us about it? From Me to Us? Tell us a little bit about it if you don't mind.
Yeah, so From Me to Us, I wrote that in a few years ago as a follow-up to my first book, Single Dose. So I wrote Single Dose after going through a divorce in my first marriage. I was struggling with all those different phases of divorce, the grief, the anger, all of that, and I really didn't know how to deal with those issues. And so I started journaling. And after journaling, I ended up with all these pages and pages of information. And I was at work one day and I met somebody and they said, "Hey, I just published a book on photography." And I said, "Wait a minute, you published a book on photography? Is it that easy to publish a book?" He explained the process to me on how to publish. Long story short, I published Single Dose. Um, Talking about the different, emotional phases of divorce. And then years after publishing Single Dose, I ended up remarrying to my wonderful husband now, and I felt like I needed to give my readers of Single Dose something to show them how to move from a fulfilling single life to a fulfilling married life. And that's how From Me to Us came about.
Outstanding. I know it's going to be an outstanding read. I'm going to make sure I show my due diligence, show my love, care, concern, and support, and purchase my copy. And I'm going to encourage all of our viewers and listeners to do the same.
Thank
And
you.
I got to ask, and I got to rewind the tape a little bit and press play. How did it all really begin for you as an author? What is the root foundation for you disseminating these publications to people around the world?
Yeah, like I said, I've always been a writer. I love to write, and I've always journaled. And just writing so many different pieces, I felt like, I got to a point where I wanted to share my writing with the world because I felt that this was a gift that God has blessed me with. And I'm always looking to see how I can bless other people and how I could help other people. And so I thought, okay, this is some really good stuff that God has blessed me with. And so I decided to publish, and I looked into different avenues. And by the way, I think that's one of my next e-learning courses that I'll build is how to publish a book, because that's actually the main question I get. People don't ask me, what is your book about? They ask, how do you publish a book? So I think I'm going to do an e-learning course on how to publish a book. Um, but to answer your question, just the skill and the gift of writing, I wanted to share that with the world and decided to publish.
I tell you, and I know that there are many people around the world who are being blessed by
Mhm.
what you've decided to dive into, and as
Yeah.
God takes you on this journey, it's an honor to be a part of it. And I gotta look at the situation and say, I thank you so much for just accepting the invitation. Number one, to just be here with us today. Number two, I thank you so much for making that decision to become a part of our broadcast network family here at the GMAP Broadcast Network. And number three, I thank you so much for allowing us to be a part of your journey. Now, I got to say that as well as I do that we are role models to somebody, whether we like it or not. People are
Mhm.
always paying attention to our every step, our journey. And someone may be watching your journey today, your every move, your every step, and saying to
Mhm.
themselves, I wonder how I can get on track. I wonder how I could begin my journey and follow my dreams like April has. What would be your words of encouragement to someone like that today?
Yeah, the first thing I would say is to, without trying to sound too spiritual, I would say to seek God, to establish a prayer life where you talk to God and just talk to Him like I'm talking to you now, and try to find out and figure out what is His purpose for your life. So many people are wondering, what is my life purpose? What is my purpose in life? And I think we can start answering that question by just asking God, God, how can I live a purposeful life? And he will show you that. He'll show you either in his word or as you make your daily decisions, he will lead you and guide you. But I would say start with that. Just start with seeking God. Start with being your true self. If I do publish another book, it will be showing people how to be your authentic self. There are so many people who are living based on other people's expectations.
Wow.
You want to try to make this person happy or live the way you think mama would want me to live, or living the way you think you should to get a man or to get a woman, or just what we see on TV, or how we think we should act or walk or dress or talk. um, I think that true purpose and true happiness and true contentment is being your true self and being who you really are. So I would advise that person, and I like to speak to young women because I know that young women struggle with self esteem and with just not knowing how to make decisions. And I would like to speak to the young women and say, just be yourself, and not only be yourself, but love and embrace who you are.
Yeah.
And if you don't know who that is, take some time, step back from, if you're in a relationship, step back from that relationship and get to know you.
Yeah.
Spend some time just thinking about who you are. What do you like? What do you dislike? What are your triggers? What makes you happy? What makes you sad? What makes you angry? Find out what it is in life that means something to you. And that's when you'll truly be happy, because guess what? When you know who you are, and when you know what makes you or helps you to live a purposeful life, then you'll know the type of relationship you need to be in.
Mm.
Because if you know that you're the type of person who you know you have to have people around you, you have to engage in people, you like to go out, you like to eat out, be around a lot of people, then you're going to have some trouble if you're with somebody who never, who don't even like people. They don't like being around people. Or if you're a person who has certain values, and that person has zero values, or they don't have the same values, then you're going to have some conflict, not only in your relationship but in how you raise your children. So, find out who you are, find out what makes you happy, and whatever you do, don't compare yourself to anybody else.
Oh my
That's when
goodness.
you can get in the biggest trouble. Even as adults, we do that sometimes. We'll say, "Hey, I don't have the car they're driving, or I don't look like her." Especially, women my age, as we get older, we start getting the gray hair, and
Mm.
we just don't look like we used to. And but we want to look like we used to because we don't want our man looking at everybody else who's looking better than we do.
Woo.
But hey, that's where that self confidence comes in. You have to be comfortable with yourself and love yourself. And when you do that, you won't struggle in your relationships. Oh, and I have to say this. Can I say this real quick? I know I'm talking a lot,
Absolutely.
but I have
No,
to say this.
absolutely.
I have met so many women who just lose it. They just get traumatized when their marriage or their relationship is not going great. They had a big fight, or the husband cheated, or something went wrong. They just lose it. They get sad, depressed. They don't go to work. They don't eat for days. Guess what? When you are walking in confidence of who you are, and you know who you are, and you have a life of your own, you know the things that you enjoy. You have that relationship with God. You know He is your Heavenly Father. He is taking care of you. Then you won't get all upset and distraught like you do when you're having trouble in your relationships, because God is taking care of you. You know who you are. You know what makes you happy, and so just walk in that and allow God to take care of the rest.
Wow.
Did I get off topic?
No, 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 no. You know what? I am really enjoying what you have shared because I know that for a fact. I'm going to piggyback off of what you said and say we we cannot, number one, be people pleasers. Okay,
Yeah,
we cannot focus on being a people pleaser or winning some form of popularity contest. I found that out looking at Facebook. I said, you know what? In order to be popular on a place like Facebook, you got to have number
yeah,
one, 5,000 friends and
yeah.
this, that.
Mhm.
You know what? Everybody can unfriend me as long as I have Jesus as my friend. So I
Yeah.
will have one friend and I will
Mhm.
be the most accomplished person in the world. Number
Yeah.
two, I did a sermon one time, April, and it was titled, We Spend Too Much Time Trying to Impress the Flesh. And that,
Ooh.
yeah, well,
Ooh.
it we spend too much time trying to impress the flesh,
Mhm.
living for
Mhm.
everyone else except ourselves. You you couldn't have said it best, and I thank you for that because it just goes to show you that confirmation is a blessing, and when
Yeah.
someone blesses you with confirmation of
Mm.
what you felt, how you feel, what you think, what you say, what you do, all it is simply a blessing. And I know for a fact, you've already kind of shared it. That next book is already coming out because you've already decided. But I'm going to ask you, from where you've been to where you are, and these individuals that you may be a role model to, that may be watching your step, they're going to say to themselves, I appreciate April. I appreciate where she's been and where she is, but what's next for you? What would
Mhm.
your response be to that?
I have a plan. So I'm still working in corporate America, and I've been blessed to be in a career that I love. I'm actually a director at a university, and a corporate university, and I'm helping other leaders develop their leadership skills. And I love that. I love writing and meeting new people. But I plan to retire within the next 5 years, retire from corporate America. And so my next steps is I really would like to work with young women and help them pursue a fulfilling career. And so I went and got some training, and I am now a certified life coach, career coach. And so my plan is to, within the next 5 years, help build that life coaching and career coaching business so that I can work with young women. I love to write, so I do plan to write a couple more books and some e-learning courses. I have a self-confidence course on udemy.com, udemy.com. I plan to put another course on there about how to publish books. But so what's next for me is I just want to help young women pursue a purposeful career and life.
Perfect. I love it. I know I know that it's something that is not just being said or something
Uh-huh.
that a hobby or something that you're just going through. It has meaning behind it, and when
Yeah.
when something has meaning behind it, it means
Hmm.
everything to everyone. And of course, if you don't know now, you know, we want to show our love, care, concern, and support for the publications that has been released and disseminated to people around the world for your convenience and your entertainment and your purpose. We know that it's available somewhere. We want to find out how is it that an individual can show that love, care, concern, and support, and purchase a copy of your book and or books in order to have it as a
Yeah.
part of their bookshelf. What's the process for them to do so?
So you can find me anywhere on social media by April Crimbley Books. My books are available on Amazon.com. You can purchase those there. You can purchase directly from me. I'll send a signed copy to you if you go to aprilcrimbley.com. I'll send a signed copy of either one of my books. I want to show you this. This is my logo. I don't know if you can see that or not,
Hmm.
but this is what you'll see on across the social media sites. But aprilcrimbley.com is my personal website.
And of course, we're not going to allow anyone to forget about little old GMAP Broadcast Network down
That's
here
right.
in the lower left hand corner of everything in small print, you know. But most of the time, small print is the most important print on the
That's
paper.
right.
So, you know, you
Hmm.
can I don't mind accepting. As a matter of fact, leave me there with that title. I'll take it, I'll embrace it, I'll love it. And I will appreciate you if you continue to show your support to the GMAP Broadcast Network as well as April as and the publications that she has available for each and every one of you. I already know, April, that you are going to be an individual that we're going to invite back continuously. I kind of want you to break down there one of your publications from me to us. I think it's
Hmm.
important for people to know in detail the content and what's involved in that process. You know, what does this book actually entail?
Yeah.
We're gonna invite you back. I'm
Okay.
gonna let you know that now. We're gonna work those details out. But in the meantime, we want to show our love and appreciation. If in fact you do make sure you go to Amazon or what have you to show your support for April. We want you to take a few extra moments of your time, if you don't mind, and leave a review. Leave a review. Help me. Say it with me, April. Leave
Leave a
a
review on
review. Yes,
Amazon.com.
please
Thank
do.
you.
I mean,
Please.
it's so important for
It
April.
is.
It's important
Yeah.
for Amazon. It's important for me, and it's important for other individuals that are on the outside looking in. They want to know what you think, how you feel, and they want to find out what this book really, really means to them and what
Hmm.
it could mean to you. Leave a review. It only takes a few moments to do so, and we encourage you to do just that. If anyone, and I mean anyone, missed any portion of this conversation, it is going to be something that we post on our YouTube channel. It's going to be pushed over to Facebook. It's going to be aired on our weekly Comcast cable program, going into over 1 million homes. We have a few radio stations that have picked up this conversation to show their love because they also want to push this information out to the eyes and ears of the people. And I tell you,
Hmm.
there is a lot more to come. What I'm going to do right now, I'm going to move over. I'm going to step aside and I'm going to say, April, I want you to share exactly what's on your heart for the people
Hmm.
to know. I'm moving over, and April, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much. I'll leave with this. I want everybody to know that there is a space in this world that only you can feel. So you have to be yourself. You have to be who God created you to be, so that you can fulfill your purpose in life and fill that space in life and to be able to help others. And so I want to encourage you to seek God and to be yourself. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't do what it is you want to do. If you have goals and dreams, pursue those goals and dreams, and don't compare yourself to others. If you compare yourself to anybody, compare yourself to the best version of who you are. All right, whatever your vision is for yourself and what you want to be and what you want to accomplish for God and in life, be that person, and you can do that. So thank you. Thank
Oh,
you for inviting me. This was awesome. I love your show and I
yeah.
appreciate you having me here.
And I hear that all the time, but I'm going to say this. I appreciate you accepting the invitation to be here.
Mm,
Many times people don't understand. It's not easy doing what I do. It's
I
something that
bet.
you have to have a desire, a passion, and you have to
Mm-hmm.
know that this is the journey for you. Everyone is here on this earth for a purpose.
Right.
Find yours and make sure you do what it is that you've been called to do. Don't just
Mm-hmm.
accept being called to do something, be that call. Be that
Yes.
call, and you will accomplish anything. I guarantee you that your destiny is inevitable. As a matter of fact, your destiny was determined before your delivery. All you have
Mm.
to do is really follow the instructions
Just
and
follow the
and and
instructions.
follow the instructions and endure the challenges, and you will be sure to reach your destiny. I guarantee it. April, I'm going
Mm-hmm.
to be reaching out to you. I'm going to be inviting you back because I want to know more in detail the content of your publication. And I'm sure there's others that are asking the same question. I really want to know more. Tell me more. Tell me more. And we're going to tell them more. We appreciate you being here. We want to make sure that you continue to bless the people around the world. Keep us informed because you know what? If there's anything that we can do to assist you in any way, shape, form, or fashion, don't you hesitate. Don't you hesitate to pick up the phone, call, text, chat, tweet, whatever you do. Reach out to us and inform us, and the answer will always be yes, and you will never, ever have to ask us twice. I guarantee it. I appreciate you being here today. I'm going to be inviting you back soon. Until then, we want you to continue to be blessed and be a blessing to others around the world, okay?
Thank you, and same to you. You do the same.
God bless you, April, and we appreciate you, and we'll talk to you soon. Until then, more music is on the way right here on the number one faith based motivational and inspirational broadcast platform in the country, GMAP Broadcast Network, GMAP1.com. Stay close, don't move, we shall return.